I don't know what it's going to be yet. It'll be spontaneous about. Well, you might as well come over and take the glory shot, John. Even though you wasn't involved.
I'm coming over here now. Then I'm giving you that opportunity.
It's funny. No. It's better.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is the last video in this short series. In this one we're going to be looking at applying Gtechniq Exo, which is the final coat on this. We briefly touched in the last video the difference between Serum Ultra and Exo, and hopefully Kelly can tell us a little bit more about it and how it's a bit more user friendly to some of you viewers back home. So yeah, over to you then, Kelly.
One of the differences is really, it's going to be almost self-explanatory of Ashley applying. In the other video I said about how we do small areas and try and section panels into small sections because of the curing time is so fast. Now, this is a consumer product, it's not a professional product. This product can be applied by many people, you know, inside, outdoors, whatever you want to do really. Look at this as like the ultimate sort of wax or sealant. Yep. Now, what Ashley's done there, he's made sure it's fully applied. You can see there's no missed areas. And now, instead of having this panic what we had before with the Crystal Serum Ultra, he's now going to apply it on the other side of the bonnet. But not only that, you have plenty of time to then apply it to a wing, the front. So basically, you could do almost the entire front of the car. I was just going to
say he's looking quite calm and relaxed. So how?
This is now the home run, isn't it, Ash?
This is. You can do with your eyes.
This is where people that like an easy run and like to sort of do less work and less stress normally pop up and turn up and do this type of work and claim the hero.
We know some people like that, I think.
Hello, John. It's funny enough, he's turned up at the easy bit at the end, isn't he?
Yeah. And also
you come for the glory.
I came to push the trolley.
Okay. So
the Poker Premium trolley available from Clean and Shiny.
So anyway, yes. So what Ash is doing, you can see, look, he's doing the wing, the bumper, and I think the other day you was talking about, I asked you just randomly, the Monday, the day we wasn't doing much work. But yesterday
when there was food around,
when we was doing all the work, that John wasn't here. But anyway, I won't say it any more times. Yeah. Okay. On Monday we said about Exo, and you saying how great the product is, and you said it's a really good seller of yours because of this. Yeah. The less stress you can.
Loving that it's still not touched the bonnet.
No. You can leave it for a reasonable time. I wouldn't suggest doing the entire car. Yeah. If you was doing it outdoors and it was a bit of a blowy day, I would try and do it in smaller sections because you don't. The more contamination lands on there, and you're rubbing it. Now, the buffing process is pretty similar. That we're going to use multiple sides of a cloth. Okay. Because you're going to spread it with the next cloth, then flip the cloth and spread it. Now, if this went wrong, meaning you'd have to smear, it wouldn't be that hard to fix. And I'm actually going to ask for a change, Ashley, because as he would be the guy that's over the last. Well, how many years have you worked with me, Ash? Is it too long? Don't say too long.
It's the correct amount of time.
Yeah. Once you've got Crystal Serum Ultra on there, this part's very easy now in comparison. Yeah. There's less stress and worrying about how hard or soft the paint is. If you was to get a smear, have you ever had it where you've had to use chemicals to remove a smear from Exo V4?
Not that I can remember.
So it literally is that safe. It's just, all it needs is more buffing, isn't it? Yeah. So you're just buffing it longer. So you've now got, if you see a smear, you can buff it longer and it will go if you flip the cloth. The professional grade product, when that smears, you've seen the smear, it's too late. It literally is too late. So this is a great product to put on for chemical resistant, hydrophobic function. And you said earlier that it is a product that you sell a lot of. Yeah. Yeah. And so it's a very, in comparison to high grade or professional use only nano coatings, this is a great product. Is it as easy to put on as wax? Probably not. You know, it's still got some sort of forethought, let's say, and some pre-cleaning, getting your cloths ready. But you can see what Ash is now doing, he's gradually removing the product fully. What he's not doing is working on one area. So it's all being treated a sort of similar amount of time. Yeah. Then he's going to flip the cloth and buff it again. Now, we would recommend 2 coats. You can put one on it, you can put 3, but ideally we've always put 2 coats on there. As we discussed in another video, the Porsche, that's had the Crystal Serum Ultra and 2 coats of Exo. It's something that we've done here for years and years. I mean, Ashley must go to sleep thinking of Crystal Serum Ultra and 2 coats there. I mean, imagine if you counted how many cars you've done.
I can't.
No, I mean, it's thousands. It's thousands, same thing. So you can see there, you might not be able to see on the camera, there's zigzag smear still.
Yeah.
What we're gradually doing is taking down the excess without pushing hard and trying to remove it in one go. So waxes, you almost generally, John, I mean, you love some of the waxes.
Yeah, I've got a few.
You have. They are, once they're cured, there's almost a single buff on a expensive high quality wax. One buff, they're gone.
Yeah.
So when I said it's like a wax, it's better in protection, longer lasting. You've got the safety net of you can take your time, but don't push hard and braid hard to try and wipe it in multiple passes with multiple cloths. Yeah. So actually just flipping the cloth and buffing again. Now,
That's coming up now.
it will come off, yeah. It's not that difficult, it's not that hard. So yeah, if I was to choose one product only for consumers, and I had to choose between...
For my audience, the driveway detailer.
Would I go for a hard-wearing layer that has very little hydrophobic or chemical resistant, or would I go for something that's equivalent to what everyone's been using for 100 years, wax or sealants, mainly waxes? This is wax on steroids, as far as I'm concerned, durability. Yeah. And it's difficult to get this wrong. What I will say, I can still remember the actual customer of a Jaguar, if you remember, Jay will remember, that we'd done his car and then he loved the performance of it. It was like a year, 2 years later, and he went to put, we didn't know he bought the Exo. He bought Exo V4, applied it on his car. What he'd done was applied it in small, you remember that car, don't you, Ash? He's going, he had applied it like you would a wax, very, very thick, in the sun, on a bonnet where the engine has been driving. Yeah, so it basically had the mark. Then more importantly, the Exo still buffed all right. And I remember, Jay, I'm sure I remember, it was more how hard he pushed that it left. He'd done it in small circle motions. Yeah. So it had like the digging marks of the product, but it's not the product, it's the contamination in the air. And so I wish you'd rung us and we would have said, don't, you know, for the cost of a top-up, if you want to do a top-up, we don't charge a lot, because you can see this is not, it's a couple of hours start of finish. The washing takes longer. Yep. So yeah, he was prodding with his fingers instead of having a flat hand and being gentle. So that was really not the Exo's fault. It was just, you wouldn't even do that with wax. You wouldn't have a dark colour car in the sun with a hot engine and then prod hard. So it's more the process than the application. Yeah. But he did feel like it was like a wax where it's easy to use. Yeah. So, and now that car will be protected. One of the things we would recommend, I would say this for all nano coatings, and it's safe. And I have not used every single brand of nano coating. And John, you sell lots of different brands of nano ceramic coatings, and you would know that some may say don't get it wet, some say do, some say 12 hours. You know, I'd always just say, if you're not sure, if you can keep it dry and not touch it, and definitely not wash it, because some brands, I think, and might even say you don't. Getting it wet in the rain is very different to washing with chemicals.
Yeah, sure. Quite a few we've used on the channel is don't get it wet for 24 hours maybe, or 12 I think some brands. Don't use chemicals for a week or 5 days. Yeah. So
because of there's a curing time. Now you can't have both. You can't have easy on and off and slow curing and then have it suddenly after you've buffed. It switches to really fast curing and gone. Crystal Serum Ultra, what would you put on first? You could literally do what you want a couple of hours later, but that's why that's so difficult to apply. You can't have both. You can only have one or the other. So these long-lasting products that are slow to buff on and off are going to take a while to cure. Yeah, that's really the top tip here. But I think the idea was you're going to carry on with this car afterwards and do a sort of review. If it's monthly, quarterly, you're not sure, are you? But progress and see.
Going to be on the channel a lot, so yeah, we're going to see how this performs. I've got this car for at least 3, maybe 4 years, so hopefully I'll not really have to wash it too many times in that time. So we'll let Ash crack on with the rest of this. Once again, thanks very much to Lake Country for making all of this happen. Thanks to Gtechniq for supplying the products. And if you want any of these products, Lake Country tools, the pads, the Gtechniq, or even the Poker Premium, is it Poker Premium?
Poker Premium.
Pronounce it wrong. You can get it from this guy here at Clean and Shiny as well. So thanks to John, John, Kelly, Ash.
Bill and Ben. The flower pot men.
Yeah.
See?
Was you that pot men?
Huh?
Flower pot men?
No, not flower pot. Not Bill and Ben. Don't worry.
Bill and Ben? No.
Mr. Ben.
So thanks very much to John, Ash, Kelly and Jay first.
One thing. We must show the audience.
Oh, we will.
We'll put some lights around
Yep.
it. We'll park it up over there in the area, put some lights around it, so you'll literally, for the last couple of minutes, you'll see some lovely footage of your shiny Patrick Swayze.
Yep, definitely. We'll do that. So thanks to these guys for sorting that. As I said, we're going to show you some after video as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.